Hey guys, it's Morgan Franklin, the Clever Realtor, and in this episode, we're going to talk about how you can grow your real estate business, become a top producer by leveraging your audience to gain referrals. So we all know that referrals are pure gold. The reason you want a referral is they already trust you because someone has vouched for you. They're going to trust your opinion when they ask you a question about an inspection item or about what lender to use or whatever it is. They're already going to have a level of trust, and so you're already a step ahead of the game. And they're going to value you because somebody else has said, hey, this person is a great real estate agent, and they're going to see the value, and you're not going to have that, commission discussion, the rebates, and it's just a much more enjoyable process than when you get a Zillow lead and you have to go, bend over backwards. They don't see any value in you, they don't trust you, and they don't really know who you are. So the key to getting referrals is, as if you've watched any of my videos, is getting people to know, like, and trust you, and that's when they want to do business with you. And a referral is just when somebody else vouches for you, and so they already trust you because somebody else has said you need to trust this person. And so how do we grow our business and get our audience to give us referrals? And so the first thing is, whenever you have a client, you need to exceed their expectations. Don't be that realtor that shows up and doesn't have documents ready for a closing. Don't let an inspection window pass by. This is just real estate 101. How can you make sure that you do everything you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it? And so that's not for this video, but that's just common sense. Get your shit together and make sure that you're actually doing your job correctly, so that anybody that's ever done business with you wants to do business with you again in the future, and they're ready to tell their friends about it because you just delivered phenomenal service. And then, so that's how we get people who have done business with us to give us referrals. And then you also need to reach out to them and ask. So, follow up with people once, 2, 3, 4 times a year and just say, hey, how's it going? And you have that conversation where you talk to somebody, and as long as you make it all about them, they're inevitably going to turn around and say, hey, what's going on in the real estate business? How's the market? And you always have a positive response, and then you close it and say, do you know anybody looking to buy or sell real estate right now that I could help? And they're going to be the ones that ask you, instead of you just making that annoying phone call. So you have to stay in touch, and so a great way to do that is just through a Facebook video message or a video text. Just shoot a quick 10-second video and say, hey, how you doing? It's been a while, I hope everything's great. And that shows the next level. It's a little bit stronger than a text message. It's not as good as a phone call. Phone calls are always better in person. So in person is best, then phone calls, then video, then text message, then email, and then whatever other communication you want to use. But you can do those quickly, and you need to be touching people in your sphere constantly. And so those are people that we've done business with. And so how do you get referrals from people in your sphere that you may not necessarily talk to all the time or have done business with? And so the number one way I know how to do that, and I've seen it succeed in my business, is by constantly sending the message to an audience that, hey, I'm in real estate, and always be talking about it. And so when I first got started in real estate, I didn't have any listings, I didn't have any business, and what I did, I started making listing videos for other real estate agents. And it was crazy because I would go out and I'd go to dinner or something, I'd run into somebody I knew that we were friends on Facebook, and I knew they were seeing my content, and they go, man, Morgan, you must just absolutely be killing it in real estate. And I go, yeah, the market's really good, we're doing well, is there anybody that's looking to buy or sell real estate? And by presenting that persona and always talking about real estate, they just assumed that I was an expert in real estate, even though I really had not a whole lot of experience. But by constantly presenting that message to people, they're going to identify you as the real estate agent in their market. And so as you build that brand, when somebody says, hey, can anybody recommend a real estate agent? The first thing they're going to think of is you. Even if you haven't done business with the person that's referring you, they're going to automatically just say, hey, I see Morgan all the time on Facebook, on Instagram, He's everywhere. He's always talking about real estate. He's got to be the best person for the job, and he's the only one that I can refer. And I get at least one of those referrals that, you know, I'm not talking to people, I'm not asking for referrals. I just put my content out enough and consistently that people in my sphere, you know, when they get asked for a real estate referral, they can think of nobody else, even though I've never done business with that person. So growing your brand through video, and you know, another big step and something I'm going to talk about here in a very soon to come video is how to retarget people in Facebook ads and Instagram ads, which is huge for repeating your message to the same audience, and that's going to be really big. So click the link down below. You'll get invited to the private Facebook group, and I'll send you an email when that video goes live. But you know, building that brand, retargeting those folks, and consistently, you know, getting people to know, like, and trust you will lead into referrals, which will prevent you from having to do cold calling and pay for leads, and leads to a business that's actually fun and enjoyable. Because when your clients know, like, and trust you, and they see the value in you, they don't challenge you, they don't question you when you give them advice, and it just makes for a much more enjoyable job instead of chasing leads and being this lower value commodity that's no different than anybody else, that's just a necessity in the market. But as you get those referrals, people, you know, see value in you, and it's just, I can tell you from experience, chasing people around sucks. And once you have a brand and you're getting referrals, this job becomes fun, it becomes easy, and your cost per, you know, conversion, your cost per sale becomes so much lower. So if you want to, sorry, phone's ringing. So if you want to get the 3 best video scripts that I've ever produced, and I've made over 300 videos in my journey from the cubicle to being owning my own real estate brokerage and growing my sales from under 3 million to being on target to hit $20 million this year. If you want to get those 3 best scripts that helped me grow my business in the last 24 months, click that link down in the description below. I'm going to give you those 3 video scripts. They're super easy to implement. You can do it with just a cell phone. You've got all the video power you need right here to make those videos and start growing your business today. In addition to those PDF video scripts, I'm also going to invite you over to the Clever Realtors private Facebook group. And over there we've got a ton of Clever Realtors who are producing video content, getting feedback. You're going to be able to ask me questions, other Clever Realtors questions, because I learn stuff from the group every single day. And it's a great place to collaborate and get support as you grow your real estate business. So please click that link down in the description. I can't wait to have you join the group and start seeing the videos that you're going to produce and watch you grow your business. And so remember, if you always want to be closing, you always need to be uploading.